Boy, I'm tired. I can barely think. The plan tomorrow is this. I'm going to go down to the river, get some water, and that's where I'm going to have breakfast. I'll show you guys around the beautiful, beautiful little meadow, little bowl, little valley, whatever you want to call it, that I'm in. It is gorgeous. And we'll just kind of have breakfast down there by the river after I filter some water. And we'll hit that peak first thing in the morning. I started my trek and I came up to this little beaver pond and noticed two smaller objects. I thought they were deer at first until I zoomed in on them without the tripod. That was that first shaky footage you saw. Now here I've got the camera on the tripod and I'm just watching these two small little twin moose calves. Now during this time, I'm keeping an eye out for mom, right? We all know that moose can get very aggressive, especially with their calves. But it isn't uncommon for mothers to take off for a while and leave their calves alone if they think they feel safe. Youngins in there. I also need to find out where mom is just in case. Shouldn't be a big deal, but I'd like to know. See, I want to be in the trail a little bit earlier, but gotta take advantage of this stuff too. And I could not pass up this opportunity to stop and film these two gorgeous little calves. That's just awesome. So I'm going to go down the back side of this, where that little beaver pond is, and then I need to do some filtering water. And they're right where I need to go, so I might have to run them off a little bit to get past them. But what I'm going to try and do is sneak down in there and get some more film first. This is delaying me quite a bit, but it's well worth it. Now coming through here, I actually lift the camera and trying to use the viewfinder to scan the place a little bit because I thought, oh boy, if mom's down in this brush, she's going to be tough to see. So as not to scare the calves away and to tread lightly in case I run into mom, I go through here very carefully. That was graceful. But I guess I could have gone through a little more careful. You know, when I'm stalking these animals, it's always hard because I'm always at a time crunch. So it's a delicate balance between getting to where I need to quickly, but slow enough that I don't spook the animals. As you can see here, I'm ground level with them and I'm shooting across this small little pond, lake, beaver pond, whatever you want to call it. This is one of my favorite shots. I've just got them both down there. I've got the water, I've got the reflection going on. One of my favorite shots. coming right at me. Makes me a little nervous because I still don't know where Mom is. They're just right down there. Now during all this filming, I'm trying to do the best I can to keep the camera on the twins there, but also I'm constantly scanning for the cow. And at this point, I'm really wondering how close they're gonna get. They start coming out from behind this little brush area, and I'm no more than 10 feet away. Now watch this. He's looking right at me, but I held extremely still, and the only thing I ever moved was the camera. Now moose don't have the best eyesight in the world. Whether that played in my favor, I don't know. Maybe the wind was just perfect enough where it was blowing my scent away from them, and that helped. I don't know. But regardless, this is certainly an experience I will never forget. And now, again, not only am I watching these twin moose in the camera, but man, I'll tell you, I am scanning constantly for the mom. And that one keeps checking me out, but just isn't terribly concerned with me. Whether it really couldn't see me or distinguish me, again, I don't know. I actually watch nature shows as much as I can. I really love them when they're well done, of course. But there's nothing better than this, is just to sit there right in front of them and watch what they're eating, what they're doing. Love it. Another hiker comes up, but he is actually way across on the other side of the hill, much further than I am. And for whatever reason, maybe they caught his scent, I don't know. But they start keying into him, and they're watching him and not me. So at this point, I finally stand up and have to get going. I've spent a good hour and a half watching these guys that I didn't intend to do, but just had to. And of course, as soon as I move, that spooks them enough where the two little guys take off running here. And I'll tell you, what an experience that was. Now that was sweet. I was amazed at how close those two came to me without even knowing it. They looked at me several times, but I just sat and held still. And they didn't seem to be bothered at all. There was another hiker that came up. In fact, he and I just had a chat. He's a pretty cool guy. But they were really paying attention to him, and he was off in the distance. They weren't even looking at me. But gosh, what an amazing experience. And quite honestly, there was a point where I had some adrenaline running through me because I didn't know where Mom was. I still haven't seen her. Their calves are long gone. But as I'm filming them, you know, I'm scanning the area to see where Mom is, or see if she jumps out. But gosh, man, that was amazing. That was really cool. So this is as far as I've been up this canyon. This is kind of where I came up scouting, and this is done. So we're gonna head off here and do the peak. Quite a bit behind schedule, but that's okay. Certainly worth it to see those moose that close. And we're gonna head to 11,330 feet, I think it is. It's gonna be a good climb for sure. It'll be fun. So let's get going.